What is going on, X community? Exostomp here, and today, people, we're going to be going over yet another low tier legend, and that is going to be Coalossal. So I did mention this before in a few other videos, but yeah, so I did just use it in UTA, and although I didn't do as well as I would have hoped for, I don't think Coalossal was the issue on my team, but I'll go over it and I'll explain. But so yeah, let's get on to the video here. So its base stats are pretty high. HP and defense are at 120. Its highest base stats, and honestly, I don't think that it's that bad, because you don't have to put too many points into HP or defense, because they are so high. You can put them into speed def, you can put them into attack or special attack, whatever you want to do. Its special defense is at 90, which is his third highest stat technically. And then its attack stats are at 80, and its speed set is pretty low at 30. Pretty similar to our last low tier legend, Stunfisk. Then we have the cons here. So the cons are, this one is pretty big, and yeah, I get told about it all the time by Burger. Shout out to Burger. It is 4 times weak to 2 types, being water and ground, and if you are playing in a league that does have hidden power, there's some pretty easy ways to go around it. Let's say you're, for instance, versing a Rose Raid. First off, Heat Crash OHKOs it, I'm pretty sure. So if you're running that, or like Flare Blitz or something, that can OHKO it. And let's say Rose Raid wants to stay in and wants to go for HP water or ground. It still doesn't kill. Like, if you put it just a little bit of investment, even, I'm pretty sure it always lives. But if you're running AV or something like that, it always lives and it always kills that Rose Raid. But anyway, yeah, if someone's running hidden power, water, or ground for your tier 4 or tier 5, that's actually really good for you, because if you have, let's say, a Lando or a Scizor on your team or something, they're not going to be running, coverage. Well, yeah, they're not going to be running hidden power coverage for everything. That's impossible. You can only run one hidden powder on Pokemon. So yeah, it is pretty cool. It actually is pretty useful in that point where, if they are running hidden power, you can sort of bait them out and use it like that. But yeah, it doesn't have pivot, doesn't have any baton pass or a flip turn, flip turn Coalossal. But yeah, nothing like that, which is pretty bad. It is pretty slow as well, and the most annoying part, at least in my opinion, is that it does not have Lava Plume. It is a fire type, it looks like a volcano, and it doesn't learn Lava Plume. But it learns Scald and Scorching Sands, the other 2 burning moves. I don't understand it. Game Freak, please give it Lava Plume, because I will love that. But another thing is, there's not too many ways to boost its offensive stats. You need to use Meteor Beam to boost its special attack, but that's like a little annoying, because then you have to run Power Herb, and it's it's a whole nother thing. It is pretty slow, even with a boost or a +6 boost from Steam Engine. You still can be outsped by Scarvers and stuff like that. And yeah, there's no real recovery outside of like lefties and rest. Yeah, so I just wanted to note those as well, because I didn't put it on here, but there you go. Its pros are a little bit more. Okay, so it does have Stealth Rocks and Spikes, which is pretty big for a Coalossal, for a low tier. It does have Rapid Spin as well, good hazard removal. It has good abilities. It has Steam Engine, which is a really unique one, which is really good for it. It also has Flame Body, which means since it's really defensive, you can come in on U-turners like Beedrill and stuff like that and take it and be able to, maybe potentially burn it. And then it also has Flash Fire, which is, it's okay, but you usually want to run Steam Engine over Flash Fire, because you'd rather get +6 speed than not take like 10% at max from a fire move. So yeah, it is tanky on both sides. because of its high HP stat and its high defense stat, you know, it's going to be defensive. It doesn't even matter if going offensive. You're still going to be defensive. Like, you're going to be taking a few hits, depending on, you know, weaknesses and stuff. It has good resistances. So, yeah, I do want to mention the resistances real quick because I didn't really write down what they are. But flying is a really big one. You can come in on stuff like Noivern and Torn Tees, depending on what you're going for, of course. You know, hurricanes and stuff like that. Also, ice resists ice. It resists, you know, fire. It resists. Fairy is a really big one. It's got a ton of resistances, honestly. So yeah, it is 4 times weak to 2 types, but it does make it up in the category of having a lot of resistances, and especially for a defensive Pokemon, that is really nice. If you guys want me to, I can list all of the resistances. So let me actually do that real quick for you guys. So yeah, its resistances are ice, poison, flying, bug, fairy, of course, 4 times, you know, resisting fire, normal. You know, it has a lot. It really has a lot, and I think the big ones are really like flying, ice, and fairy, because those are pretty offensive things that can really annoy most mons. But yeah, it is able to be really good against them. And then it completes the fire, water, grass course. Some people care about that, so I do want to mention it. You know, if there are not too many fire types left in the you know, the draft, it's not a bad Pokemon, especially if it's at tier 5. You know, that's such a good grab. So yeah, overall, I do think Coalossal is a really good tier 5 pick. It can be skipped on by a lot of people, but the thing is, like, if it's a tier 5, that's such a good pickup. That is so, like, you get hazard removal, hazards. There's so much. I mean, I just went over it, but there's so much that you get from it, and it makes it super good. But yeah, it has an awesome support move pool. You know, it has multiple hazards, burns like Will-O-Wisp, and, you know, the burning moves, and spin. Its typing is super good defensively, like I already went over. You know, it spreads burns reliably with Wisp, Scald, Flame Body, Scorching Sands. This thing is a burn machine. And unlike some spinners, you know, Coalossal actually isn't that passive, because it is 80 in both attack and special attack. It's able to dish out a ton of damage, and we'll go over some of the sets, I guess, right now. So yeah, I will go over them right now. Alright, we are back with the sets here. So this is going to be like the main standard set that you'd probably see in a regular game with Coalossal. We got Heavy Duty Boots, Flame Body, Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, Flare Blitz, and Rock Blast. So yeah, its stats aren't that bad. 80 in, you know, attack and special attack means that you can really be running either and be dishing out a decent amount of damage. Heavy Duty Boots makes it so that, of course, it can come in and spin pretty reliably, and it's able to set up rocks as well with that. Of course, it does have Flare Blitz and Rock Blast here as well for its stab to basically dish out some damage, because if it is coming in and there isn't hazards up and you have hazards up already, it still is a good wall against flying types, bug types. I mean, you name it. There's a lot of bug and flying types that are even in the OU tier. Like, you got Torn, you got Volcarona, you even see some Moltres flying around. So yeah, and all the fire types that just came in with DLC 2. There's a lot that Coalossal can actually do. Then we got the heavy support. This one is Rapid Spin, Spikes, Stealth, Rock, and then Scorching Sands. Scorching Sands, you'll be seeing Scorching Sands. I usually like to run that over Scald, mainly because if a flying type wants to come in on you, I mean, you have you're a rock type, so what is a flying type gonna be doing to you? But yeah, I like Scorching Sands a little bit better than Scald. You could do either or, they work. But yeah, that could be swapped out with like even Willow if you don't really care about attacks. But this is a max defense set. I'm actually gonna change it to max special defense because, like I said again, you don't really need much defense because its HP is actually really high. Did I write 120 on the? I think I wrote 128. That I thought it had 120 HP. Where did I get that from? Okay, well that is 110 HP. That's unfortunate. But I'm not going back to fix that because I already am making this video. I don't want to redo it. So yeah, we got AV. I personally really like this set. It has so many attacks, so don't just look at these 4 attacks and be like, "This is great." You can do anything. It has so many moves, guys. Rapid Spin, Heat Crash, Rock Blast, Scorching Sands is my usual go-tos. It usually likes to run max Spadef, max HP if you're going for AV, because you want to be running a Spadef Coalossal against a lot of these special flying types and special fairy types like Sylveon and stuff like that. It can come in on very easily. But yeah, then we got Weakness Policy. The Weakness Policy Steam Engine set. You don't see this around much. It's mainly used in I guess VGC, but it still can be used. It's an option. If a Pokemon uses a water move and you're able to take it, I don't know, maybe it's I can't even think of one. Aqua Jet from I have no idea. But if you're able to take it, you get that +6 speed, you get that +2 in both attack and special attack, you just go. You got Stone Edge, Earthquake, Fire Punch. You can switch that with Flare Blitz, but then you'd be killing yourself. And then Iron Head. I don't know why Iron Head, but I think Iron Head is pretty good for it because it can hit fairy types that, it's good. It's good. All right. Next one. We got Power Herb here. So the Power Herb set with Meteor Beam, this one's pretty fun. It's not the best, albeit, I mean, I really, the only ones that I really use are the first 3, I'm gonna be honest. But these are just some other options. So Power Herb Meteor Beam is able to boost its special attack, which is pretty decent, and Burn Up makes it so that it loses its fire weakness, which is really nice. So your Steam Engine can proc on a water move, but it won't be 4 times super effective, so he actually might be able to survive it. Probably will be able to survive it, honestly. And you'll be able to get that +1 boost from Meteor Beam and the +6 speed boost from Steam Engine. I think I like this one a little bit better than Weakness Policy, mainly because it's something different, and it actually with Burn Up, it makes it pretty fun to play around with. And it has Scald and Weakness Policy, Scald and Ancient Power, just so that it is able to, well, 1, use its stab after it uses Meteor Beam, and then 2, Scald is good for, some of the ground types that may want to come in on it after the fact, that if you use these 2. Then here's some other options that you can be using. You could be using the weakness berries like Pasho. This one is water type moves. You could be using that. That is an option. Of course, the other one is the ground berry, which I can't remember off the. Is that Shuka? Let's see. Am I right? Is that Shuka berry? Aha! Or Shuka berry. And then Flash Fire again is another option. It's really not that good. I wouldn't really recommend it, but it's fine. You can use Power Herb Solar Beam. That is another option if you want to hit stuff like water types that want to come in on Coalossal. That's again another option. Overheat is a really good option as well if you don't want to be losing your fire typing, and you want to stay in, and you don't want to use Burn Up. That's another option. Heavy Slam, and if you don't want to use like Iron Head, it also has Gyro Ball if you want to use that because it is pretty slow. But Heavy Slam is there as well. And then Body Press, it also has Body Press. It has Iron Defense Body Press, so that can be another set that you could try out. But yeah, if this video does get, I want to say like 20 likes. I can do a Showdown live with Coalossal. I'll do it in OU. I'll try to do all these Pokemon in OU. But yeah, we didn't do it for Stunfisk because I don't know. I didn't really know if you guys want it. But yeah, for this video, if we get 20 likes, I will do it for Coalossal. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace.